Welcome to the film room where we break down film of players and analyze what they've done in the past week, tactics as well. This week we're going to be talking about Antoine Semenyo and his performance with Bournemouth over the course of the weekend against Liverpool. And let's quickly start with this tape. You look at him already. Look at where he is as Mohamed Salah takes this shot. This is Bournemouth in a defensive frame as well. You can't see him anywhere here. By the time you freeze it, you see once again what his placement is. And then in attacking phase, what does Antoine Semenyo do? Look at this run that he's made from that middle, from going wide and then drifting into the central areas and arriving in the penalty spot. It is something that you're going to see much later during the course of the game. Toufe sends in this cross. He makes that angled run that cuts off the strength of Milos Kerkez and makes it very difficult for him. He controls it and hits the ball with his weaker right foot, and you already see that finish there. Look at him once again in the attacking phase. This time he's in the half space, occupying space and trying to create chances for his own teammate. Now look at where he stands. It makes Virgil van Dijk think twice before attacking the ball or letting it go. That's the effect that Semenyo has. Just look at the way he stands there. He's giving his teammates the opportunity to make the right play, make the right decision. Off the ball runs, off the ball positioning. That's one thing that strikers don't particularly have these days. And then this one is just, it's not a positive frame, but it's one that I think a lot of people need to understand for later in this tape. Look at where he's standing, especially to help the team in the counter attack and when they want to move in transition. He's the second player. Liverpool score from this play, but let's look at the one that actually leads to the goal here. Just look at that pass. And remember from the first frame where he was running from wide areas into the central areas, that's the same thing that has just happened here. He blitzes pass on through Robertson, and from a wide area, he's making that angling run that cuts in the moment he spots the run of Brooks, and he arrives on the penalty spot. For a guy who can play as a centre forward, as a wide midfielder, and as a number 10, as a number 8 as well, it sort of explains to you he's got a burst of speed and he's such a phenomenal player. That burst of speed shows up here once again in this goal. Remember, from the first frame, we're showing you that he was the second closest player in the attack. That's what happens on this goal here. Gets the ball on the quick turnover, makes two defenders miss, and what a brilliant finish from Antoine Semenyo. He realizes that the passing lanes have closed down and he does absolutely nothing but decide to say, you know what, I'm going to go with all these on my own, despite the racist comments that have come against me. And he makes Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk look like straight up amateurs with that finish as well. Once again, you look at it on the freeze frame, look at the way he runs. His speed is a big attribute. He could have made the pass sideways to two players running, but he sees that that lane is being cut off by Konate's run. Look at Van Dijk. He's shot off that lane to Evan Nilsson as well. So he's got to make a decision. If he passes that ball to Evan Nilsson, there's every probability that Endo gets there ahead of him. But brilliant decision making, and he plays it across the ground and makes it difficult for Alisson to quickly get down. But it's not the first time we've seen him do that. Against Man United last season, let's take you back and give you some tape, baby. And look at the way he gets this ball. He's running from where? Once again, wide right in. And he gets into that space, gets the ball as a free runner there, and he's able to get his shot off. That is one skill and one asset that you say that Antoine Semenyo has in abundance. Let's take a look at this one once again in the tape in terms of his positioning. He comes into that central area, creates space for Evan Nilsson to get that shot off. United players found it difficult containing him. And let's go to this one again against Manchester United. Now look at his movement here. He's in the central area already, and he's trying to put himself in a situation whereby once that ball comes across the floor, he's going to hit it. And that was exactly what he did. Then let's look at this one, because much later in the course of the game, let's look at this one where he wins the ball in the middle of the field, sends it out wide, and he's the one who arrives on the penalty spot to score the goal. Do you remember the clip against Liverpool? You see that this is something he does very frequently as well. Let's come here. With his burst of speed and his ability to close, look at the way he gets off from playing on the left and he arrives in the box expecting the ball to come in there. It is one touch. One touch. He's mastered the art of one touch finishes. And let's look at this one, the final clip in the tape today, and how he's able to take one touch here and confuse Moise Caicedo, gives Caicedo a decision to make there. It's either you foul me or I'm going to get the shot off here. The moment Justin Kluivert plays the pass. And that was just absolutely brilliant. The way he controls the ball, sets himself up. Caicedo's got to make a choice and he makes the wrong one. And then look at this one. He gives Josh Achampong L, gets that control on his stronger left foot, takes it, to the side where he knows Achampong can't cover him, and then he unleashes a rocket. Absolutely brilliant rocket there. Antoine Semenyo is a game breaker, whether you like it or not. He scored 11 goals last season. Once again, look at the way he collects the ball. He collects the ball in a close stance, so he's got to open his body up, and then the moment he does that, he's just going to be cash money from there. Takes one touch, takes two shots, and he has a brilliant shot power as well. Antoine Semenyo is our game breaker this week.